Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and just when I think I've seen absolutely everything crazy that the martial arts world can provide, I'm proven wrong yet again. In today's McDojo news, a Long Island woman is suing a martial arts center for kicking her out after she had an affair with one of the instructors. The reason she's suing is because they kicked her out, but allowed the instructor to stay. Oh, and guess what? Her husband is on her side. Let's check out the story. A New York pharmacist claims she was a victim of sex discrimination when a Long Island karate center allegedly banned her over an affair she had with one of their instructors. Kristen Fabio Hamelberg, a wife and mother of 2 boys, said her husband has forgiven her for the tryst, but the owner of the karate center has not, according to a complaint filed with the State Division of Human Rights. Fabio Hamelberg told the Daily News that she earned her training certificate at the Rockville Center Tiger Schulman Karate Center on Long Island. But the owner, Jobin George, banned her from the center, and through his lawyer, Aaron Kleinman, said it was not jealousy or puritanical zeal, but her husband's threats and frequent drop-ins that prompted the banishment. According to the Division of Human Rights complaint, George said they didn't want her back to preserve the health and safety of the gym's committed staff members and students. Emails in the complaint show the back and forth between George and Fabio Hamelberg, which showed his uneasiness with the couple's domestic issues. A scorned husband can do crazy things, and your presence makes everyone uncomfortable because your husband is a threat, George wrote to Kristen Fabio Hamelberg. Some of the other emails paint a picture of a jilted spouse about complaining Fabio Hamelberg and insisting that he was not a threat to the karate center. I am not a threat to your school. I know it appears that way, Daniel Hamelberg wrote in the email. You don't know the real me. You only see the cheated on, beaten down husband I have become over the past 2 years, which were a nightmare for me. He did admit, though, to raising his voice at the center. To show you more of who I am, after my visit in August, yes, I visited him again. We sat down in the office like gentlemen, and I apologized for my first visit, he wrote. Kristen has been pushing me to a breaking point. It isn't fair. Not just am I depressed, but the kids are affected too. The affair between Fabio Hamelberg and the karate instructor began in 2019 when she took up martial arts at the center during a special Mother's Day class. My oldest son started training there, and then there was a Mother's Day class. So I attended the class because my son asked me to, she said. I never knew it was so satisfying to punch something, she continued. She became a certified karate instructor in 2021 and started teaching classes. It was my outlet, my stress release. For 2.5 years until Jobin decided randomly to fire me, she said. Fabio Hamelberg did admit to the affair, meeting up on occasion at the training center. We messed around a little inside the school on like 2 occasions, one of which Jobin claimed to have a video. But I don't know. He was never able to produce it, she said. She claims the owner eventually pulled her certification but did not punish the instructor she had an affair with. Fabio Hamelberg added that she is working things out with her husband and wants to be able to train and teach at other Tiger Schulman's locations. Let's unpack that. First of all, that news article is very annoying for continually calling her Fabio Hamelberg. Let's just call her Kristen. Kristen had her kids, at least one that we know of, involved in Tiger Schulman's martial arts program there in Long Island. She took a class, fell in love with it, and became an instructor. According to her, it only took her 2.5 years to become an instructor. To me, that's a little bit of a red flag to go from knowing absolutely nothing to becoming a certified instructor of something like that in 2.5 years, but that's just me. Meanwhile, she got her eye for the younger instructor, decides they're gonna do a little hanky-panky inside the martial arts studio. She gets caught, she gets fired, but the coworker doesn't. Apparently, she absolutely loves martial arts to death, and she herself would love to be able to continue to teach and work inside a martial arts facility. Even if it isn't that one, she would love to be able to train and teach at another Tiger Schulman's if the opportunity was available. So the real question is that martial arts studio wrong for firing her but not firing him? Personal opinion, you fire them both. As a school owner, you're setting a precedent here. If you're saying it's okay for your martial arts instructors to fool around as long as they're dudes, that's probably not the best look for you. You might be thinking, well, she kind of came on board. Maybe this other martial arts instructor is a little bit more of an asset to the company. Shouldn't matter. That's why we have policies and procedures in place. I don't know how this one's going to turn out, but in my personal opinion, since she's suing the company, I think she might actually win. Now, had he got rid of both of those instructors, he wouldn't be sitting in this position and this problem that he's having right now as a school owner. As a school owner, it's gotta suck to take a hit by losing 2 employees. But as far as I can tell, it seems like this martial arts studio is cranking out instructors in as little as 2 years. Why not? This brings us to the age-old problem that's been plaguing the martial arts industry for as long as martial arts has been around. Should instructors date students? Now, on one hand, you have instructors who wind up dating a student. They're not dating every student. They just date a student. That instructor and that student become married, and then they live long-lasting, happy relationships without mostly any major issues. Yes, that does happen. But then on the other hand, you have the majority which crash and burn and cause major issues for your business. That brings us to the question of the day. What do you think about instructors dating students? Should it be allowed with certain caveats, or should it never be allowed at all? Be sure to answer that question in the comment sections below before you chime in with anything else, so that way I know that you watched the full video. Are you a martial arts studio owner and you have other issues to deal with besides that one problem? Having problems getting new members to come in the door, not getting enough income to be able to support the business. You would like to be able to keep students longer. If you have that issue, I have the solution. I've been doing martial arts business consulting for over a decade, working with martial arts studios to help them grow in this industry. I decided, why not? I'm going to offer some martial arts business consulting on the back end here behind the paywall for anybody who decides to become a school owner member or above in our subscription service. So far, everybody who's signed up, who's actually been following through with the advice given, has seen growth in their business, and I love that for them. And if you're having those issues, let me know. With that said, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and even memberships. Keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip on near Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to break boards with her thoughts, but the only thing she's breaking is my little heart.